out. Other city dwellers could have access to the rabbit ear signals. They could do their public television. They could do their own access TV. But in the rural areas, they couldn't. So the government said, look, you're going to have to provide public access television stations for the people who can't get the major signals by ear. So there was a law that any cable company had to provide 3 TV stations, channels, I'm sorry, 3 TV channels. Well, as time went on and technologies grew, we now enjoy satellites and dishes, and the competition for cable is going down and down and down. And how many here have dish TV, satellite TV? Can I see some hands? It's about half. How about Comcast? How many have Comcast cable? Well, most of you do. Most of you do. That's not so in the other parts of the country. Cable is now having a very tough time struggling to keep up with dish projections. So, but one thing that the satellite company cannot provide is community access television. Well, by law, it was required that communities and municipalities could say to a cable company, you have to provide these television stations, like BCTV does. But then there was a law that, there was a protest against that. Some communities said, no, we didn't want that. So now their law is the law that exists now is a 1984 law, which a lot of people don't really know about. Barry Goldwater, by the way, was the one who proposed this law. And it was a franchise authority, namely a city or a county, may require, this is important, may require, as part of a cable operator's proposal for a franchise renewal, that channel capacity be designated for public, educational, and government use. What that means is that the cable companies no longer are required to provide 3 access television stations, but the government, municipalities can require them to provide it. So it's been turned. The impact fees are roughly 5%. They're a charge of all the people that have Comcast here. You pay 5% fee as a tax for easements for what we just mentioned, impact. That goes into a general fund. Okay, and in most, actually in every community in the country, there's an opportunity to either use that in the general fund or require that the public access cable provider provide the equipment. So where we are right now is that our county and our city and Pembroke, which are the 3 recipients of the impact, the franchise fee, they all goes into a general fund, which is something that is allowed and something that has been a practice. However, if a community decides, look, this would be great for our community, let's take part of this fund that was supposed to go to TV public access to begin with, let's see if we can redirect it and restructure it in a way that we can have our channels, we can have public access television, and still keep the coffers full. Because if it's 5% of Comcast, and there were 30 hands here, the more people who want to see their children play basketball and community events, the more people that want to attend the city meetings, the only way they're going to get it is to get Comcast. That's why Comcast is the one, yes, we like this, we like this. Comcast already has 3 designated channels for the program, here in Richmond Hill. The stations already exist, the channels already exist. The equipment is ready to go. The infrastructure is ready to go. Comcast says, yeah, we want it, because Comcast says, yeah, if you guys can do this, that 5%, instead of going to a general fund, can go to the television production access, bringing an elevation to the community, more people buying Comcast, more people subscribing, so that 5% gets higher, so sooner or later that coffer that we're pulling from gets refilled. Does that sort of make sense a little bit? So what I'm trying to say is, yes, we can have our cake and eat it too. Yes, we can have our cake and eat it too. I've had 35 years of experience in television. And there's something about public access television that brings the community together. we are, Richmond Hill is, if you read my articles, you'll know that I feel very, very strongly that we're on the cusp. That this area is going to go from one way or another. I drive up and down the I-95 corridor, I don't like to fly. Okay? And the sprawl I see up there, I see it coming. I see it coming. Not that we want to stop it, not that we want to change it, but you know, we just want to stroke it or massage it a little bit, don't we? We want to make it a little bit more local flavor. We want a community that has an identity. The best way to get Richmond Hill and Bryan County to another level is through communication. This is what I speak passionately about. The only way is that we're not a bedroom area going somewhere else, is to restate our own identity. And this is the best way to do it. The best way to do it. What I wanted to show you is that in my research, I went to my sister home TV station, MBTV, Martha's Vineyard Television. They, and the state of Massachusetts mandates, the state of Massachusetts, like a few other states, actually mandate that the cable provider has to do this. They have to give them money. Not so in Georgia. It's an option here. But the infrastructure exists. MVTV said, look, we think this is great. And I want to read you a letter.